to win the game.
Yes,
Damn
you
right.
do. Yes, you do. What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome in. Welcome back to another episode of the Format Podcast Live. And this is a unusual time, an unusual day, but that's okay because, we wanted to drop something for y'all. And I think we have a very interesting topic today. It's something I've been wanting to discuss for quite some time, and I got the time, so let's get it. Sneed, got what you need. What's going on, brother?
Bruce, what up, man?
Maintaining. I want to see if Steve Stevenson is going to tell these people to get the F out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You're getting really good with that, Bruce. Let's see what you're doing, bro.
You know what I'm saying? But before we get started, y'all, you know what we're going to do. We got to give a shout out to the channel members. We got to show them love because they show us love, and we appreciate it so much. So I'm going to just run through that real quick. Coach T, a.k.a. Laker Nation, shout out to you, first ever channel member. Really appreciate you. It's not that serious. Was good. Chief Sid, Bubba, shout out to you. Shout out to you for everything you've done for our great nation, for all you do for this show. And, of course, shout out to the boys from Annapolis. Order Arms. Baltimore Bruiser was good. Steve, king of the chat, was good. Nino, look who just popped up. Nino was popping. Sneed got what you need. Number one contributor. Micah, D Ross 881, and Red Wolf 31. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Look, everybody, if y'all are watching this on the live, you know what to do. Hit that share button, hit that like, hit that subscribe. If you're watching on the replay, do that too, because we know that if you're watching a show like this, then you talk sports with the other people in your environment. So we want to get them all in here. We're trying to get 10,000 subs by the end of the year, and we can't do it without your help. All right. So let's go. What you talking about? Some oh Lord, Nino? What's the oh Lord, man? What's the oh Lord, man? I'm tired of it, Nino. I gotta set the record straight. All right. So as I mentioned, this is something I've really been wanting to go ahead and discuss for a while. And I had some extra time. So I was like, let me put this together and really go at it. So I saw a video, and I really should have credited the video in the description. I'll have to go back and do that afterwards. But I saw a video, and there was this guy, and he was talking about the narrative that the NBA today is so much more skilled. So he did some things, went through the rule book, talked about some things and that. And I'm like, yes, finally, somebody is really telling the truth on this thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play some of that, and then I'm going to add in some more footage of different players from different eras and stuff. And Sneed and I are really going to discuss that because, honestly, it's a narrative that I believe is so false, and it's been driving me crazy for a very long time. And you guys have heard me talk about it, how I know it's a fake narrative that the players from today are so much more skilled than the players back then. They are skilled. There's no question about it. But there's a lot of things in play that the NBA media and that fans aren't paying attention to. Now, if you're a younger fan, to some extent, I get it because you wouldn't know, although there's plenty of footage and you can do the research, but we know a lot of people aren't going to want to do that. Shoot, I know some older fans who get in this chat who are not going to want to do that, but I'm not going to name any names. I'm not going to do that. Wootage was good. Great point. Today's players lack fundamentals and basketball IQ. Absolutely. That is so very true for the most part, right? There are some guys, and it's weird. Some of them have one or the other. Some of them have neither. Like you look at a LeBron, he doesn't have fundamentals, but his basketball IQ is tremendous. We can't get around that, but his fundamentals are very poor. But anyway, that's not the point. This is not a LeBron bashing session, but I really want to take some time and talk through this topic. So this is what we're going to do. All right. We're going to do that. So I wanted to start off. We're talking about whether or not today's players are so much more skilled than the players of the past, because we keep hearing that, but it's just not true. So when I show like footage and stuff from some of these players, some of the old school players who are skilled, two players I'm not going to show are Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, because we know what those guys meant in terms of skill set, right? In terms of fundamentals, in terms of being able to do it all, but building it from the smallest detail from the ground up. And these are the things, despite the incredible athleticism and the ridiculous shot making, it's the fundamentals and the basic level skills that they had, that they built on, that made them into the incredible players that we ended up watching. Before we go ahead and get started with all that, Sneed, man, so far, where are you with what I've had to say, and What's your opinion on this whole modern players being more skilled thing?
I'm interested to hearing and seeing the framing of this, right? I want to get the position like, okay, well, here's what the claim is,
Okay.
and I want the burden of proof.
Mm-hmm.
I need to see the factual evidence to prove it. Either way, more skilled
Wait,
now or more skilled then, I need the proof. I'm very much a proof person.
sure.
You don't just get to say whatever you want with me.
Well, you're a scientist, so I get
You
that.
you could say what you, but I need the evidence you're gonna have to provide.
Right.
And I think in terms of my position, I
Mm-hmm.
look at eras differently.
Yeah.
I see the way that the game is being officiated.
Mm-hmm.
I see the way the regular season is different than the playoffs, and the finals are different than the first round of the playoffs. There are
Mm-hmm.
so many factors in this,
That's a
Bruce. I mean, these are it's just layers. But
mm-hmm.
I'm here for it.
No
And my
doubt. No doubt.
position is that the regular season at one
Mhm.
point mattered, and it doesn't matter anymore. And my question is why? Why does the regular season get so devalued by everybody,
I think load management had a lot
including the
to do with it.
people who say that the modern game is better?
Mm-hmm.
How could the modern game be better and you won't watch?
Mm.
Let's
Okay.
talk. Let's talk.
Let's talk. All right. So before we even get started with the video evidence, there's a couple of things that I want to pay attention to here. So let's look at a couple of things. So the first thing, I actually have some stuff because contrary to what some people believe, we don't just turn on the camera and start talking here at the Format Podcast. No. We do the work. So this is from the NBA rule book, right? So we want to talk about dribbling, and there's a reason. We'll get to that later, but there's a reason why this is here. So as you can see, the red blocked in part, I wanted to make sure I focused on this. A player who is dribbling may not put any part of his hand under the ball and carry it from one point or another, or bring it to a pause and continue to dribble again. So let's make sure we pay attention to that, right? This is not Bruce sitting here hating on the new generation, right? This is Bruce observing what is clearly printed for anyone to verify. I mean, I'm sure some of you all might think that I just photoshopped this, but you can go check yourself. This is in the NBA rule book. You laugh, Steve Stevenson, but there are people who I'm sure will think I just made that up. But this is in the NBA rule book. You guys can verify it if you like. All right. Next up, the gather and traveling rule. Now, for those of us who are a little older, myself, we remember when there was no gather step. We remember that.
I do.
Now, it's amazing that these players who are so much more skilled, et cetera, got yet another thing added in to help them violate the rules and get away with stuff. But that's coming later. So incorporating the gather into the traveling rule. The gather will be expressly incorporated, that means they added it, into the traveling rule to clarify how many steps a player may take after he receives the ball while progressing or completes his dribble. Now, when I was growing up, long time ago, right? Wax Museum, I'm sure some people will say that. When I was growing up, you had 2 steps. Get the ball, you got 2 steps. That's what you got. You either dribble or you have 2 steps. A player who gathers the ball while progressing may take A, 2 steps in coming to a stop, passing or shooting the ball, or B, if he has not yet dribbled 1 step prior to releasing the ball to start his dribble. A player who gathers the ball while dribbling may take 2 steps in coming to a stop, passing, or shooting the ball. So a player who gathers the ball while dribbling may take 2 steps in coming to a stop, passing, or shooting the ball. Am I understanding this correctly, that gives them 2 extra steps?
Or at least one.
Okay.
At
Cool.
least one because of the gather part.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
The first step occurs when a foot or both feet touch the floor after the player gathers the ball. Now, here's the thing about the gather, right? That could be loosely interpreted by an official. That could be tightly interpreted by official. Who knows how long an official may let a gather go on? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of iffy to me, but okay, there's that. Next, definition of the gather. The following definition of the gather will be added to the definition section of the playing rules. So once again, we see that the powers that be added stuff to help the modern player. Interesting. For a player
By the
who
way,
is, yeah.
Bruce, real quick,
Mhm.
this hurts the defense.
Oh, yeah, that's the whole
This
point.
puts them at a big disadvantage.
That's the whole point. Yeah, absolutely, Sneed. That's the whole point. All right. Um, A, for a player who receives a pass or gains possession of a loose ball, the gather is defined as the point where the player gains enough control of the ball to hold it, change hands, pass, shoot, or cradle it against his body. For a player who is in control of the ball while dribbling, the gather is defined as the point where a player does any one of the following: puts two hands on the ball or otherwise permits the ball to come to rest while he's in control of it, puts a hand under the ball and brings it to a pause, or otherwise gains enough control of the ball to hold it, change hands, pass, shoot, or cradle it against his body. Now, this number 2 is interesting because they say puts a hand under the ball and brings it to a pause. Isn't that the same thing as the palming rule, right?
Yes.
What we
Yes.
know as a carry.
Mm-hmm.
So they get a lot of leeway here, a lot of gray area, right? And that, of course, is by design. We know that, but that's okay. All right. So now that we've discussed a little bit of the rules, we talked about the carry, which is palming. We talked about the gather rule, we defined it, and we talked about gather and travel. Okay. So we've got all of that. Theoretically, we've got all that in play. All right, good. So now let's go ahead and let's start. Before we get to that, before we get to that, what I want to do is I want to show you guys something. So remember, I'm not going to show any footage of Michael Jordan or Kobe because their skill level goes without saying, right? I think that's fair. So I always talk about the big.
Reminder.
Yes, sir.
Bruce. Michael Jordan was drafted in 1984.
84, correct.
And Kobe was drafted in 1996.
That's correct.
It's a long time ago.
12 years apart, man.
Mm-hmm.
Long time ago. That's right. So I always talk about the bigs because that's the era that I come from, where the big man was so key and so prominent in what it would often take to win. And so I've got footage of two of the best bigs here in terms of skills. That was what I said, skills. So you know who's going to be first.
The dream.
You already know. Okay, so I'll say there is not a big man in the league who can do what Dream could do, right?
League
Footwork.
history.
And you know what? I just showed offense here because that's easy, right? But offense and defense. Now we talk about skills. This is a guy that often gets overlooked, but was crazy. Kevin McHale, deep in the post, all the way out to mid-range, jump hooks, up and under, step through, easily splitting a double team. And if you just go and you watch Kevin McHale footage, you can watch him destroy double teams with ease. The way he could just, step through, up and under, all that stuff. He had a fadeaway jump shot. He had a mid-range jump shot, jump hook with both hands on both sides of the block. He had all of that. These are skills, right? Now, I'll give you this. When healthy, which is almost never, Embiid is very skilled.
Yeah.
Jokic, very skilled offensively. He can actually go to the block and do work, which is kind of why I get annoyed with him because he wants to do all that other stuff, but not the point. Jokic, also a very skilled big, but for the most part, modern bigs, not skilled. So they try to talk about, that's the beginning of today's players are so much more skilled, but they can't deal with the bigs from back in the day because, as I often say, how many modern bigs can you go to, tell them post up and get a jump hook or a step through, an up and under, a turnaround, a move over either shoulder? Very few. Wemby is supposed to be the best in the league, and we just saw him he can't do it. We just saw him get shut down when he tries to go to work in the post. He can rim run, he can catch lobs. He can't really go in the post and get to work. These are all things that we talk about. So far, Sneed, where are you with me?
So I'm thinking about some of the bigs.
Okay.
All right. So what are we talking about here? We've seen a de-emphasis of the center position in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that was voluntary. I don't think the NBA said, we don't need bigs anymore. That's not what happened. What happened is there's less skilled bigs, therefore they look for their points elsewhere. I think every coach says to themselves, if I can go through a big who's an unstoppable force, that is my primary offensive weapon. But if I don't have that, I must find my points elsewhere, a guard, a forward, whatever the case may be. I think every team, every coach understands that a center is an advantage when you have it. When you don't have it, you're just looking somewhere else for your points.
I got to disagree with you. I don't think that every team believes that, because you have all these analytics departments that are telling you back to the basket post-ups are like terrible shots and they're not high with analytics value. So I'm like, that's the problem. They want everybody shooting threes. And also, real quick, in addition to not having the center being de-emphasized, they don't really have real power forwards anymore either. Go ahead, Sneak.
My problem with all of that is if you have a skilled big who has a skill set in the post, those are high percentage shots.
You would think so.
So the analytics should support taking those shots. They should support any high percentage shots where a player with aptitude, skill, repeatable productivity in the post would be more valuable than anything else.
You would think so.
If I can get to my spot and I'm shooting a high percentage from that spot, I should continue to exploit that location and those methods of getting those points. Why are we complicating it and taking chances from 30 feet? Those are low percentage shots that are unlikely to go in. And they're not really always about skill, more so about luck. You need a blown defensive assignment and you're shooting a lower percentage. So how exactly is that good analytically? Kevin McHale in the post was high percentage. Hakeem in the post was high percentage. The analytics would say do more of that, actually, Bruce.
Yeah. No, definitely, Sneed. My bad. I lost my camera there for a second.
That's the analytics. I think people are using analytics wrong. Analytics supports the high percentage shots. The post would qualify. Oftentimes, those post shots are under 10 feet in distance. Those are high probability shots.
You would think so, but clearly the numbers, clearly they believe the numbers.
No, they believe their players don't have the skill to make those shots, so they tell them don't take them. If there was a skilled big like Joker, analytics don't tell him not to take those shots. They absolutely tell him to take those shots, and he does.
I don't know. Because if you're the biggest guy on the floor, then theoretically those would be the shots that you would take. So I don't get it. Real quick, let's give a shout out to Packers GOAT 4JY. Giannis to the Heat is gaining serious momentum. The trade may go down tonight. Okay. That would be interesting. And I would not be mad because my Celtics would not have to lose Jaylen Brown. And I'd be okay with that.
I
still think
it would take multiple teams, right? We'd have to see who moves and where they go.
Yeah. Right.
But that is shape-shifting to the league, though.
Yeah, definitely. Appreciate the super chat, Packers GOAT. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. But the only thing I'll say about that real quick, Sneed, and then we'll get back to the main topic, is if that goes down, I'm telling you, Giannis and Bam is a very weird combination. That doesn't really seem like it fits for me at all. But,
they still have to. I was going to say they need a offense coordinator, right? The point guard position has yet to be addressed. Like Tyler Hero's cool. He's
going to be gone if that happens.
Right, but he is an off the ball player, and who's the point guard going there to run the offense? I need initiation in a different way.
Yeah, definitely. That should be interesting.
It's a very good defensive front court, though.
Sure.
That's all pro defenders right there. Not much is happening on, inside the perimeter.
For sure. All right, let's get to it. Let's go ahead and we'll start the video. And again, forgive me, I didn't credit the creator. I'll get that and I will put that in the description later. But let's go ahead and get started and we'll do what we do. We'll watch, come back, comment, so on and so forth.
What if I told you that the players we call unskilled weren't incapable of modern moves? They were just playing under completely different rules.
So that's the first thing. What if I told you the players we call unskilled, because they like to say that, right? Plumbers and firemen and all that, which is so disrespectful. Yes, guys had second jobs back then because the money simply wasn't available for them to be year-round basketball players. Okay, we get it. Now, that said, they were playing under completely different rules, i.e. the rules of basketball, right? They weren't playing under the manipulated, changed rules to, falsely create extra scoring. Because if I'm not mistaken, the 1960s is the highest scoring decade in history. And they did that without the 3-ball. So let's continue. Exactly. Wilt Chamberlain, 48.5 minutes a game in Chuck Taylor's. Like, that's insane. That's absolutely insane. But let's go ahead and continue with the next clip.
In the 1980s and 90s, hand checking was legal. Defenders could put their hands on you, on your hip, on your chest, and physically guide you away from where you wanted to go. Gary Payton, the 1996 Defensive Player of the Year, explained it perfectly. In my era, all we do is rush up on them, hand check them, knock them off to the side, and take the ball away from them. Then in 2004, everything changed. The Detroit Pistons upset heavily favored Lakers by playing suffocating defense, and David Stern apparently wasn't happy about it. The very next season, the NBA instituted a comprehensive ban on hand-checking any contact on the perimeter that impeded an offensive player's progress was now illegal. The impact was immediate. 2003-2004 season, 93.4 points per game. Next season, 97.2 points per game. Players didn't suddenly become more skilled. The rules changed what was possible.
So that's a big one right there. So let's speak on that 04 Pistons team, right? They took it back to the 90s in terms of defense. If I'm not mistaken, that team held 13 straight opponents under 70 points. That's putting guys in the sleeper. Am I right, Snead?
Yeah, and there's probably excessive amounts of disruption that just wasn't being called.
Could be. And then, so the Pistons.
But by the way, that was a great collection of all NBA defensive talent.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And so you have those Pistons actually locking up the Lakers, the star-studded Lakers. I'm sure the league would have loved to be able to monetize a four-peat, the first one since the Celtics of the 60s, and talk about how great that team was. That team was great even without the four-peat, but that would have been even crazier. And of course, Gary Payton would have gotten a championship at that point as well. Karl Malone would have finally gotten a championship. It would have been a kind of, team up, hanger on at the end championship. But I'm not so mad at those when by that time Karl Malone had played 17 years, I think. Yeah. Pretty much dominating in the West, but couldn't quite get there. So if you try to get something at the end, like, I'm not totally mad at that. I'm more upset when guys do that closer to their prime. That's, to me, where the issue is. But regardless, the league did not like that at all, as the video creator said. So there's that. And then if you actually go to the following season, you have the Spurs and the Pistons. I know you remember that. And those were the two best defensive teams in the league. And you're getting
the Pistons met their match.
Yeah. And so the league was like, oh, hell nah. So, around that, over that
65 to 68 with 1 minute left in the game.
Right. Over that 2-year stretch, you all of a sudden start seeing a whole lot of changes in the rules. Why? Because they wanted a proliferation of offense. And I talk about that all the time. Like, they wanted the offense to blow. So when we talk about, it's like, you actually have the nerve of some guys to look at the scoring stats of a James Harden, right, when he was at his peak. And then they want to compare it to guys in the 90s and look at those stats on their face and say, well, this guy's so much better because he averaged these points. I'm like, seriously?
Correction, Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
Regular season stats.
Mm-hmm.
There's an important dichotomy that's going to form in this discussion, at least from my side.
Yeah.
There's regular season,
mm-hmm.
and then everything reverts back to normal in the playoffs. Because there's actually something on the line, and they can't just willy-nilly just say anything goes.
Right.
Because it's going to dictate whether or not a team wins a championship or doesn't.
Sure.
So James Harden was not a championship player, isn't, never was.
Mm-hmm.
The rules helped him in the regular season. What did they do for him in the playoffs?
Right. No doubt. But I'm just talking about how guys' careers are looked at totally differently because of the accumulation of stats they're putting up, but they're getting a whole lot of help in doing it.
What happens to their numbers in the playoffs when the officials go back to normal?
So I get that, but the average person, when they're looking at that stuff, they don't look at that. They don't pay attention to that.
But that's an important nuance.
True indeed, but you got
James Harden was a scoring champion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
why didn't he score 30 a game in the playoffs?
I get it.
He averaged 35. Why can't he get 30 in the playoffs?
Yeah. I mean, I remember when he was cooking like that, and boy, was he cooking. You had people in the mainstream sports media talking about, yeah, he's the greatest scorer we've ever seen. He's the greatest perimeter scorer. He's the greatest guard. And we're like, what? Like, I know they have to say these things, but the absurdity of it is truly wild. And again, you will have people who will look at those stats on their face, not pay attention to the nuance that you're bringing up, and they'll tell you that he's better than X player or Y player from a previous era. And I'm like, yo, that's kind of crazy. But let's continue with this clip. We have one more, and then we can start getting into some other stuff.
2009 gather step, formally defined after LeBron's crab dribble controversy. The numbers tell the story. Offensive rating points per 100 possessions, 1981, 105.5, 2024, 115.3. Turnover percentage, 1981, 15%, 2024, 12.1%. The game didn't just evolve, it was engineered to favor offense.
So that's another thing, right? We constantly hear, oh, Bruce, you just hating, you don't understand that the game evolves. Sure, the game evolves. But, you know, as someone who's kind of words matter to me, right? And language itself even evolves, right? But what's generally the connotation with the term evolution?
Evolution involves the environment changing and then the players adjusting to the environmental change. See, people think that, let's take it to the literal sense. In biology, evolution is the way I describe it.
Yeah.
The earth is a stage. The organisms on it are actors. And it's all like a play. It's like a show. And if the stage changes, well, then the actors and the actresses have to change. The environment sets the stage for the change to occur, to be required.
Right.
So they change the environment.
Right.
The NBA changed the rules. They changed the environment. Of course, there were going to be changes to the outcomes.
Facts. But the interesting thing is, and that's a great description. I love that breakdown. For me, you know, as an English guy, right, formerly an English teacher, you're a science teacher. When I look at evolution, even though you're 100% right in your description of what evolution is, I think of the connotation that people think that when it evolves, it gets better, right?
Oh,
evolution is really changing over time, but most people see evolution as improvement via change over time.
It's not about improving; it's about it being different.
Yeah,
evolution doesn't involve improvement.
No,
it involves different.
No. Right, technically no, but the connotation, what people think of is improvement, increase, better, right? People think that with evolution. For instance, like we know that giraffes, their necks got longer so they could reach food in the higher branches of trees over, you know, thousands of years or whatever.
The pressure
was, right?
But the pressure is that the competition at the lower heights was fierce.
Sure.
Thus, the survivor was the longer neck,
right? Stretching
to reach to because the food was less available at the lower levels. So actually, in order for the game to get better, things would have to get harder.
Yes.
Instead, they made them easier.
That's correct.
Thus making the game worse.
That's correct. So Woodage actually says an interesting thing. He says there's evolution and then there's devolution, de-evolution. And it's my opinion that the NBA has devolved, not evolved. Because to your point, Sneed, they made things better and easier in order for these guys to get this. It's the same analogy I always use. I'm sure you've heard me use it. If you run 2 miles and I run 2 miles, and I run 2 miles in 12 minutes flat, and you run 2 miles in 11:30. So you beat my score, right? You beat my time. You now set the new Format Podcast 2-mile record. Cool. Except I was running 2 miles uphill. You ran it on a flat course. Are you really faster than me? That's what we have when we talk about the modern NBA, versus the past with all these rules changes and adjustments made. And again, I've talked about this on the show ad nauseum. You can go back and check, look up Stu Jackson NBA rules changes. Go Google it. He's a
I have
former
a
head coach. He's a former
I'm familiar
vice
with him.
president of basketball operations.
Mhm.
And he says clearly that they did this to help offensive production and free up offensive players. It's all right there. So if we know that the NBA has said openly that they changed the rules to make it easier for the offense, how can we say that the offensive players today are better? How can we say that the game is better when we know they manipulated it, right? But so we talked about the carrying, we talked about the dribbling, the gather step, right? So let me, before I play a couple of clips here, let's go back to the carry rule real quick, okay? And I've got this highlighted for you, not highlight, boxed in. A player who is dribbling may not put any part of his hand under the ball and carry it from one point to another or bring it to a pause and then continue to dribble again. Okay. I said that at the beginning. Now I read it to you again. There's a reason why I'm doing that. All right, let's take a look, shall we? All right, these are some of the best players of all time, right? Now, there's one, and he actually
His hand is right under the ball.
He actually carried like 3 times on the way up. There's 2 more before the pull-up jump shot. That's 5 carries on the same play. Yeah. We got LeBron carrying right there. 3, 4, 5. Another 5 carries, same play. I know they can't call them all, but we have to stop this. Now, Steph, he's doing well so far right here. You're doing well so far right here, but the carry will come.
Second carry.
It always does, right? And so, you know,
he just carries less.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
There's a lot of points. Oh, wow. Look at Luka.
1,
2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
So there's another 5 carries.
By the way, we are saying these are technical carries.
Well, they're
by the rules. These are carries. Yes.
Correct. And we just watched John Morant carry there. And so those are easy ones that we can see, right? These are some of the quote unquote top players in the league. Now, let's go to some of these guys who are not so skilled, right? Can we do that? Can we go there? Okay, cool. All right. Isaiah Thomas, one of the best ball handlers of all time that no one even really talks about anymore in terms of being an elite ball handler. So he's doing all this, you know, he's showing off with the ball, but he's got his hand on top of the ball. How can anyone dribble? What they tell you is, how can anyone dribble, right, if they're not allowed to put their hand under the ball? Well, clearly you can. Clearly you can. I mean, he's there. Look, he's waiting for it to clear out now. The defense keeps coming. Oh, look, all of this, what, without violating according to the rules. Can someone explain to me how this unskilled plumber was doing all that without carrying? Help me out, Sneed, because I clearly don't know what I'm looking at, and I don't understand what's going on. So help me out, man.
Isaiah Thomas is top 2, 3 point guard of all time.
I haven't met 2, but yeah, I know.
I was gonna say I very few possessing as much skill as he.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Bruce, that looked amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Those were technical dribbles.
Yes.
He was double, triple team. He dribbled around them, through them.
Right. Yes.
He was going behind his back. The ball was at the very worst. His hand was on the side of the ball, never under the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. Back then, like, players were aware of this.
Mm-hmm.
They practiced and they dribbled all the time, like, the legal way.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what's happened is because the players have been able to get away with this and they're not calling it.
Yeah.
Now it's normalized
to
carry, to double dribble, to do all these things.
Mm-hmm.
And
sure.
when they and it's just, that's like part of the officiating culture.
Sure.
They just don't call them.
Right.
They could, but it would disrupt the game and the players would be like, you know, going crazy.
if you did it in the preseason and it would suck. But if you did it in the preseason, call it like every time it happened, it would send a message like, okay, cut this out. You all have gone way too far. But they won't do it. Adam Silver's a softie. All right, let's go to another all-time great ball handler. And real quick, we see so much of this carrying and dribbling excessively in the modern game. The other thing is, a lot of people think that the players back then didn't have handles. They did, and Kenny Smith talked about this too. But the way they were coached back then, and especially because guys could really defend and get up in you pause, the way guys defended back then, they were coached not to play with the basketball. So if you had a move, make your move quick and go. That's why you rarely saw Isaiah Thomases and the Tim Hardaways and even the Steph Marbury later, they didn't play with the ball a lot. They made their move quickly because also when you dribble all day, it takes down the shot clock. And back then, guys actually ran systems, so you didn't have time. Yeah.
Do you have Tim Hardaway footage?
I do. It's a short one. Tim Hardaway Sr., that is.
Yeah.
Tim Hardaway.
Nothing against Junior. Just
right.
Dad was the one, bro.
He was the one. Coincidentally, he and Zeke are both from Chicago, but let's take a look. All right, so boom, easy work, right? Right past him, and Zeke could play some defense. So boom, got you. Notice, not carrying, make your move quick. You don't have to play with the ball. And also, the less you play with the ball, the less you're going to be inclined to carry it. You just make your move and go. And see, so those are two quote unquote old school guard, even though Tim Hardaway, when did he finish playing? In like the mid 2000s? I think he played with Miami almost up to their early 2000s.
Early 2000s. Miami he played for Golden State, Miami Heat,
Run TMC.
90s and 2000s, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we just saw two guys who are, plumbers and whatever. Real Siberius with the super chat, $5 super chat. Appreciate you. He says, I don't think most modern players are even aware of the rules they are breaking. The officiating has lessened the IQ of players substantially. I think, Real Siberius, and thank you for the super chat, brother. I appreciate you. I think there's some truth to that, Siberius, but I think the other part of it is that they're aware of it. They just know that they're going to get away with it. They know it's not going to be called. There's no way. Right. Mm-hmm. And I got some footage of the modern players. Trust me. There's no way that doing what they're doing, they don't know how badly they're violating. Also, you mentioned earlier, Siberius, that it's less of the rules actually changing and more the officiating changing. It's both, because they've admitted that they changed the rules, and that's why I read the rules on the thumbnail specifically, how they use verbiage like adding and incorporating. So if you're adding something to it, that means you are changing the rules. But I hear what you're saying. Okay, he says 2003. He thinks Tim Hardaway Sr. retired with the Pacers. All right, VC is me. I appreciate it.
Didn't even know he played for the Pacers.
I didn't know either. Am I going to touch on the screens too? I should have, but I didn't even get to that.
They're so illegal, bro.
Man Down Mel did a great show on all the illegal screens going on, where he really broke it down.
And most of the time, the fault is on the guard or whoever's calling for the screen, not the screener. It's
right. But exactly, because here's the thing. Let's briefly talk about the screens and Steve Stevenson. You know what time it is with that. When you're the guard and you're calling for the screener and the screener comes out and gets set, you are supposed to take your defender into the screen.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be so close that you almost brush the screener going around it, which forces the defender to either run into the screen or go under the screen. There's no option.
Yeah.
But if you as the guard don't dribble close enough and get close enough to the screener, it gives the defender options, and that's when the screener does stuff like sticking their butt out or moving or sticking an elbow out and doing all this other stuff.
The bigger issue is leaving early, not waiting for the screener to set.
That's right.
So if you start dribbling and leave early, then they haven't set their feet. They're still moving, trying to get into position. The defender is now chasing the guard and running into a leg or whatever. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
My coach
that's a great
benched me mid-game, forced me to call the timeout, and benched me for leaving on an early screen.
Wow.
He didn't bench the big. He benched me.
Oh, that was your fault. Right.
And then to force me to learn it, he made me count to 3 once the screen was set.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, and I had to go. And he didn't care that we didn't score. And it was the lesson. It was the lesson.
That's awesome.
And to this day, it's enforced.
That's awesome. I like that. That's a hell of a coach.
Yeah.
But look, Real Siberius, you're right. That's a good coach. But how many coaches are going to be able to get away with that today? Players have so much power, whether it's in the pros or AAU or even high school. That kid, especially if he's really good, he's just going to go transfer to another school, because that's the mentality we have, or a different AAU program or what have.
By the way, you were talking about the bigs earlier in the show. That's what the bigs have devolved into, screeners.
Yes, right. Absolutely.
That's what Luka's asking for right now. He wants an elite screener.
Yeah, he wants somebody to screen and then dive. Right. That's it. So it's ironic, Steve Stevenson, that you mentioned Luka, because my next set of footage is actually Luka, a guy who I believe has the third or fourth highest scoring average in NBA history. I think it's third. He has been an elite scorer since we came into the league, but it makes you wonder if they really called all this stuff, what would those points look like? He'd probably average about 20, maybe less. But let's take a look at Luka, shall we? Okay, now we saw 3 carries right there just coming across. Okay, there's 1, there's 2. Now this was a good move, but he carried twice, so it shouldn't count. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. I mean, 4. All these are good moves and great shot making, but it doesn't mean anything because you're violating all the way to the shot. I mean, come on. I just don't get it. At some point, look at that. Did you see that, Steve?
Yeah, it was terrible.
That was terrible. And I bet you the people calling the game, oh my gosh, Luka.
Now,
Like,
why does he have to resort to that?
fundamentals not there, which is weird because he's a European star and he's been playing pro ball since he was like 13. And those guys do 2-a-days and they drill crazy and all that. Like, fundamentals are so big over there. I don't know. So do you remember Al-Farouq Aminu?
Yeah.
Right, Wake Forest. So I went to college with his little brother, Al-Wajid Aminu. And he was the star of UNF's basketball team, and he went and played overseas for a bit. I'm going to try to see if I can get him back on the show here. But the point is, he can more speak to the environment overseas, but those guys, the coaches are the bosses over there. Those guys, they can bench you. They drill hard. They do 2-a-days, all that. So, and fundamentals are so key in Europe. So I'm wondering, like, why Luka is like this and how he gets away with it. I guess at the end of the day,
because he's here now.
Do you think he was getting away with that in Europe?
No.
Okay. You might be right.
Now.
Because I did watch some footage of him in Europe, and I saw something that shocked me, almost gave me a heart attack.
You saw him playing defense.
I saw him playing defense.
I already know, bro.
Moving his feet, Sneed.
Yeah, I believe
I was like, whoa, what
he was
happened?
probably also 40 pounds lighter.
He was.
Because he's here now.
He was.
Because he's not training hard anymore.
No.
Right? And he's
Right.
I just did a video about Luka Doncic.
Mm-hmm.
And Bruce, you commented on my video.
Which one?
And I appreciate
that one. Yes. Okay.
Luka deserves smoke on whether or not the Lakers have success.
I agree.
Yeah.
But we know who's going to get this. We know who it's going to be about. Always is. And just saying. But that's not the point here. So we just watched Luka, one of the quote unquote greatest offensive players of all time. By the way, they say that so many people say Larry Bird couldn't play today. Explain to me how Luka's doing what he's doing, but they don't believe a prime Larry Bird would not destroy this league. Chat, what are your thoughts on that? Do you guys think a prime Larry Bird would do work in the modern NBA?
I would imagine that Larry Bird, while he was a top 2 or 3 player basically for 10 years.
Oh, there you go.
Straight.
So he won 3 straight MVPs and he was top 5 in NBA voting, I think, for almost the entire 1980s.
I think it would be more of the same. I think it'd be the same thing today.
I think it'd be even more ridiculous.
Maybe. I just don't see how he would be worse. I think it would be I think it would be running circles around some of these guys.
I think so too. And like I said, my argument is if Luka's killing like that, and that's not a shot at Luka, but if Luka's killing like that, what makes anyone think Larry Bird wouldn't kill like that?
Larry Bird
or more.
Larry Bird's basketball IQ was special. And not only that, I mean, skillfully, great handles, elite passing, amazing shot making, made his teammates better. I mean, he had so many good qualities, Hall of Fame qualities, a lot of Hall of Fame performances, big game, showed up in big moments, really did some incredible things. You don't really see players like him anymore. Where's the last Larry Bird? It was Larry Bird.
Yeah.
Where's the next Larry Bird? I have no idea. Where are they though? We're going to see another Luka.
I think so.
We're going to see another Joker.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to, because those things are replicable in this environment.
Mm.
Why aren't we seeing another Larry Bird?
It's a great question. I
Why
think
aren't we seeing the next
they want that
Hakeem?
to be, they want that to be Cooper Flag.
I think Cooper Flag has
He's really
much
good.
more athleticism than Larry Bird.
I think so too.
We'll have to see what he becomes as a player,
Mhm.
but he's much more athletic than Larry
Yeah.
Bird. I think Cooper Flag in the open court is very dangerous athletically,
Yeah.
right? The physical stature. Larry Bird was like a full-size forward,
6'10",
but I mean, he
yeah.
wasn't running by guys. Like Cooper Flag is going to outrun certain guys with the ball.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Bird wasn't as unathletic as a lot of people think. So before we get
He did not have elite speed.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
I think his athleticism was based on motion.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like just kind of knowing where to be, his spots, and things like that. He wasn't jumping out of the gym.
Nah, but there's a couple of highlights of him booming on people, like 2.
I'm sure he was barely able to get it into the basket.
No, he caught a reverse under the rim one time and just like, wow.
He was 6'9", right?
6'10", legit. Yeah.
Oh,
Jamal
so-
Mashburn talks about the first time he was like, I didn't realize he was that big.
I'm pretty sure he was taller than Magic.
They were right there.
Yeah.
Magic was 6'9".
But Magic was like that. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, so this is something before we play the next clip, or the last clip, I should say, what I wanted to talk about. So I think what's interesting is when people talk about the modern league being more skilled, I think what they conflate that with is all the three-point shooting that we see, right? I think that's a huge thing. Because they say today centers are more skilled because they step out and shoot the three. But I keep saying it, and a lot of people don't agree, but that's fine. They don't have to.
Perimeter shooting is one skill.
Right. And what they've done is trade one skill for another. So it doesn't mean they're more skilled. They're differently skilled.
Well, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
When we say more skilled, you're implying a volume of skills. It's plural.
Yeah, that's what they say.
So less skilled would mean if I have 9 skills and someone else has 10, I'm technically less skilled.
Right.
Now, if you want to take a skill and evaluate the magnitude of the skill, then you could say, well, I'm more skilled at this or that.
At this or that, correct. But I mean, if I'm a center today,
and I gave up 5 center skills just so I could shoot threes,
right.
I have become less skilled.
Exactly.
I'm less dangerous. I'm less imposing. I'm less of a threat in different positions on the court.
Yeah. And that's what I really don't get. Like, can we stop and just admit, like, today's point guards, they can shoot the threes, cool, but most of them can't shoot the mid-range, right? Most of them cannot make a post entry pass. Now, is it 100% their fault? They don't do it as much, so they don't
teach it. It's not like an important. I remember my coach, he used to tell me, go to this spot. You're gonna have a big there. I need that pass to be up over his right shoulder, away from the defender, where only he can get it.
Right.
And preferably in a way that puts him into a shot right away.
Right. Or look at the old school point guards, like bounce passes through traffic and crowded paints to get the post entry into the big who was posted up. Like, that's not an easy thing to do. Most point guards today can't do that, but they're more skilled.
You know what's starting to happen is now when people see a good pass, they're amazed. They're like, oh my God, I've never seen this before. And I'm thinking to myself, that was every game. Guys were making cross-court bounce passes every game. You saw like a 30-foot bounce pass.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, remember Kevin Love's cross-court passes?
Kevin Love is one of the better outlet passers. Like Wes Unseld.
Those are amazing.
Outlet passers. And,
but that's Kevin not Love. New.
No, absolutely.
They acted like he invented it.
Well, because we know what they do. We know what they do in the modern era, but that's not the point. So what I wanted to discuss here is, because it's more skilled so often gets conflated with shooting, especially from 3. I wanted to take a look at, and I did the research, because again, we don't just turn on the camera and start talking. I did the research of 3-point percentages from the decades of the 1980s, 1990s, and then today, right? Because, they're so much more skilled. So if we remember, the 1979-1980 season was the inaugural season of the 3-point shot in the NBA. It had been around, I think, the entire time in the ABA. So in the ABA, guys were a little better at it because they were shooting it more. But still, when it came into the NBA, it wasn't a widely taken shot. But in the 80s, the league averaged about 29% from three. It wasn't a focus. They weren't shooting it that much, okay? In the 90s, the league went up to about 34%. Now, the people who hate the 90s are going to say, well, they moved in the league. They moved in the line for 3 years. Okay, true indeed. They did that. And I'll get to that in a second. And in the 2020s so far, they shoot about 36% from three. So the gap really isn't that big, even though they're shooting way more, right? So here's the deal. And I'll go to the 90s because the 80s was the first decade of the three and they just weren't shooting them. Teams were shooting in the 80s between 2 to 6 3-pointers per game. We know how much teams shoot threes now. Hello, Celtics, right? Jesus. But anyway, so it's totally different in terms of the amount of threes. Now, we go to the 1990s. 89 through 90, 89-90 season, 33%. 90-91 season, 32%. 91-92 season, 33%. 92-93 season, 33.5%. So we'll go at 34. So now we're starting to get closer. And now this is 30 years ago, right? Almost 40 years ago, right? We're starting to get closer to the numbers we see now. We're not that far off. 33.5%, 93-94. Now, the league says, okay, I'm going to be slick. I'm going to bring in the three-point line, 22 feet all around from 1994 to 1997. So those just became long mid-range, right? Long twos. So 94-95, the league shoots 36%. 95-96, 37%. 96-97, 36% from three. The line was shorter. We get it because we know a lot of people are going to talk about that. That's fine. They moved the line back after the 97 season, right? So 97-98, they moved it back to today's distance. Now, check it out. 34.6%, which is 35. 33.9%, which is 34, and 35.3, which is 35, to round out that decade. So now you finish that decade, even accounting for the spike for those 3 years for the shorter line. And in the 1990s, the league three-point average was 34%. Today, it's 36. 2% is not a huge jump. So for being so much more skilled, despite the fact that you shoot hundreds of thousands more threes in a season as a league, there really isn't that big a jump. So again, where's this so much more skilled? Let's think about it this way. If you brought Del Curry into today's league, if you brought Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf into today's league, Steve Smith, Glenn Rice, Mark Price, right? There's a lot of dudes if you brought them into today. Reggie Miller. Oh, I almost forgot Reggie Miller. Allen Houston, Mitch Richmond. You brought all these guys into today's league and gave them the green light to shoot 15 threes in a game. What do you think we would be seeing, Snead? These are some of the all-time great shooters in the game, right? Mm-hmm. So we have to stop this false narrative that the players back then were just bums and today's players are so much more superior. Like, it just doesn't add up. Go ahead, brother.
Imagine you play basketball in an era where they tell you to just do this.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And there were eras where you had to do several things.
Right.
And then the people who are doing several things are said to be less skilled.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they're bringing these guys into the league and they're asking them to do one thing. And they're still less skilled than the players who used before. So I'll go back to this. Bruce, the 3-point shot being emphasized is a statistical decision.
Mm-hmm.
It's a misinterpretation of analytics. Everybody says it's analytics. You need to take more threes. That's not what analytics says. It's being completely misinterpreted. I'll prove it. All right. Let's just do this NBA Finals, 2026 NBA Finals. Who won the finals, Bruce?
The Knicks.
Who shot better from three, Bruce?
The Knicks.
The Spurs.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
They shot a higher percentage of 3-point shots.
That's a good number.
Okay. Oh, but there's more. That's only 2026. We should see if there's a trend. Let's go to 2025.
Okay.
Who won the series, Bruce?
The Thunder.
Who shot better from three, the Pacers or the Thunder, Bruce?
I'm going to say the Pacers here.
The Pacers did.
Oh,
but there's more. We should go back another year to see if there's a real trend.
Mm-hmm.
Who won those NBA Finals, Bruce? Your team.
The Boston Celtics.
And Bruce, let me ask you something about that series.
Yeah.
What happened to Luka Doncic in that series? Do you remember?
He got clamped up.
He was self-imploding.
Yeah,
He was fouling out.
out.
It completely changed the entire complexity of that series. Okay, so do you remember the defensive efforts by those Celtics?
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you remember the rebounding advantage?
Yes.
Do you remember the turnover discrepancy between the men? Like, incredible,
Yeah.
right? Oh, and by the way, another statistic, the three-point shot was so emphasized by those Celtics, but of the last 3 finals, they were the worst shooting three-point team.
Yep.
Okay, but there's more. Let's go back one more year. Let's keep looking for trends. Who won the finals in 2023, Bruce?
Year before the Celtics.
Joker.
Jokic, yes.
It was the Nuggets.
And Golden State.
They played the Miami Heat.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Who was better from 3, the Nuggets or the Heat, Bruce?
Well, I would have said the Nuggets, but I'm going to go with the Heat here, Steve.
By 4%.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, but there's more.
Oh.
We should keep going. Bruce,
yes.
The Boston Celtics went to the finals in 2022.
They did.
Where they lost to the Warriors.
They did.
Who shot better from 3?
I would have said the Warriors because they're one of the best shooting teams ever. I would have said that, but I'm assuming it's the Celtics here.
The Celtics shot better by 5%.
Wow.
Oh, but there's more because that's never enough. 2021, Giannis's lone championship. Yeah. Bucks versus Suns. Bucks wins in 6. Who shot better from 3, Suns or Bucks?
Wow. Suns, I guess.
The Suns shot better by 3%. Should we keep going?
So this emphasis on
let's keep. Really no, hold on. No. We're going to do the whole decade because basketball is better now, and the 3-point shot matters so much. 2020 Miami Heat versus LA Lakers. Who shot better from 3?
Got to be the Heat, right?
The Heat did.
That's crazy.
Should we just keep going?
That's seriously crazy. Sneed.
Should we keep going?
Year after year, we
can keep cooking this fake analytic. Bro, the analytics tell you to take open shots.
Yes.
Analytics doesn't tell you to take more 3s.
Well, what they say is because a 3 is worth more than 2, you can shoot a lower percentage from 3 and still end up scoring more than somebody.
So what's happening in the NBA Finals?
Look, man, I did not know those
other
numbers
things.
Like that.
So other things are more. And by the way, the 3-point percentages were dropping. They were dropping. So people telling me that they're better at 3s, I can't tell. And people are telling me the 3-point matters, I can't tell.
Right.
Because the analytics don't say that. The people who say that analytics say that.
Right.
The numbers actually don't indicate that. People are misinterpreting data. This is what happens when untrained people look at numbers. They don't know what the numbers mean. They don't know the difference between a correlation and a causation or a trend or anything identifiable. They don't understand what variables are. They don't know what any of that means. I guarantee you, if I go to turnover differential, that goes to the champion. I guarantee you, if I go to rebounding differential, that goes to the champion.
For
but
sure.
They want to talk to me about 3s, but the numbers don't show it.
Yeah, no doubt. No, that's good stuff, Sneed. Wow. There we go. That's why you're here, bro. That's why you're here. So, so we've got now from 2020 to today, the league is making just about 36%. And they're shooting way more. They're practicing it way more. So really, to your point, like this whole thing with the 3 is not that serious. And it gets back to my original point that it's a false narrative that today's players are just so much more skilled. And it's
actually the opposite.
Yeah.
Because the coaches have to dumb down and simplify everything.
Yeah.
Just to make players viable.
Well, you know what I think is a big part of this, Steve, is that players are spending so much less time in college as well. Think about it. In college, they do a lot of.
And then when they get to the league, they get money,
Mm-hmm.
and now they want to just go out and spend it. They don't have time to practice.
Right. I mean,
they're building brands, right?
And even when they do practice, it's more. It's not fundamentals. It's like, you know, the individual skills trainers. It's not like all the basketball drilling and, running offenses and schemes and doing all the little things. And that's what made Kobe so amazing, because he understood that all the fancy stuff he was doing wasn't going to come if he didn't master that fundamentals, those basics. And he understood that fully. He was clearly a devotee of the 10,000 hour rule. And it's like, oh, okay.
So let me get this straight. They're
Mhm.
practicing less,
Mhm.
thus leading to poor performance in games.
And more injuries. Yeah.
They're taking more threes,
Mhm.
thus leading to more bricks.
Yeah.
Balls carrying out of bounds for no
Mhm.
damn reason.
Right. But it helps
Turnovers.
guards average higher rebounds, so they're more skilled because the guards are rebounding more. But anyway,
So you change the atmosphere, you change the environment to make things easier,
yes.
and we're getting lesser players.
Hey, but they evolved.
They devolved, yes. Yes, because when you set rules for children and you don't enforce them, children will get away with
Ooh,
whatever they can.
that is true.
If you let them eat candy for breakfast, they will.
They will. Yeah. All right, so let's go to the last short clip I have here, and this is a guy who starred the Boston Celtics and a guy who is a lot of people are a big fan of, and that's Jason Tatum.
The Green Mamba.
Yeah. Now look, just watch. He just carried twice on that play getting to the rim right there. He's going to carry multiple times on this one. He doesn't make it. There's another one. He doesn't make it 2, 3. So he's got 3 carries there. I mean, it's really like if you ever that's 2 right there. If you ever watch him just push the ball up court, he's doing this as he's coming up. It's like an ice cream scoop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what is wrong with this dude? And it's not just him. It's a lot of guys in the league. But the point I'm trying to make is you can't tell me they're more skilled when they're doing all these violations and getting away with it. That does not mean more skill. It's just period. Like there's no way around it. So anyway, the point I want to make here is, I guess, going to wrap this up before I open up the phone lines, is that plain and simple, it's a false narrative that today's players are more skilled. They are allowed to get away with more. They have a lesser path of resistance in terms of the rules being changed to really handcuff defense as much as possible. And the NBA media is so guilty for pushing this narrative. Like they have to stop it. They have to, like, who's terrible about this stuff? And I get it. He's got a job to do. Reggie Miller. He knows better. He knows the era he came up in, what he played in. He knows what the rules are. Like there are times when LeBron will, I'm just bringing up LeBron for an example, do something crazy. And Reggie will be like, oh, LeBron, because, I guess that's just part of the deal. You got to do that when you cover the NBA, right? And he knows it was some BS. Or he'll be on some phantom, like desperately looking for some fake me out phantom foul. And they're seeing the replay, and everyone with eyes can see there's nothing there. And he's still desperately trying to look for, and I'm like, come on, man. Come on. Like
some of them you have to consider the ulterior motive in it,
Yeah. And I remember probably the first time I was on with Man Down Mel, and we were talking about this very topic of, these guys being so dishonest in the way they call and cover the league. And he was like, the thing is that you have to be, when you're doing this job, part of it is that you have to promote the league, and you can't be in the job, dissing the players and dissing the league. I'm like, yeah, but you still kind of got to be somewhat honest though, which is why it's amazing that Charles Barkley gets away with it. Say again.
Shout out to ATT.
Yeah, I was
AT for the 10 Canadian.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
That's like 11 American dollars, man. Salute.
Is it? Yeah. They have $2 coins in Canada.
Oh no kidding.
And don't forget rules.
Can you use those at Magic City, or is that not a thing?
I don't know. I don't go to Magic City. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you, man. Don't forget the rules to put in the early 2000s to can't impede freedom of movement, can't chuck, stiff shoulder, hip, elbow checks, can't dislodge established position of offensive player. Absolutely, AT. Thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate you. But yeah, no, you're 100% right in what they did. We were talking about that earlier. And, again, for those who think that I'm just making this up, all you have to do is go look up Stu Jackson NBA rules changes, and you will see his commentary while working in the NBA front office on what they did and why they did it. This is
Bruce,
not
you remember that video I made last year? You should play that.
Which one?
You should play that. The LeBron footage.
Oh, I think is it still here?
You should put that up, man. I thought that was skillfully edited and produced.
I think it's on my. Let me see if it's on my. Let me see. Hopefully, it's not. The file size is not too big. I only get 200 megs for an upload in Studio. If the file size is right, I'm going to play it because you're absolutely right.
Just put it in 480p, I guess.
I would have to re-render it into a lower resolution. But let me see.
Just do a share screen.
Oh, we could do a share screen.
Yeah, do a share screen. You could get it up on YouTube. And shout out to AT. Appreciate the super chat and the support here on the channel.
For sure.
Good stuff, man.
But yeah, Sneed, it's just, you know me, man. It's frustrating. And my thing is, this is not about hating on the new school or these players or saying they can't play. It's just about not you being you, but you can big them up without disrespecting the guys that came before.
Big them up in comparison to one another and their contemporaries.
Yes, you could big them up without lying. Like, it's not that serious. Hang on, Steve. We're getting there. We're getting there. It's freaking Steve. But no, like just be honest about it. Just be. There's no reason that we have to say today's players are so much more skilled when we know it's definitively not true.
Bruce.
Yeah.
I was watching the 1995 NBA Finals yesterday morning.
Okay.
No, Western Conference Finals, excuse me.
Okay.
Rockets and Spurs.
Yeah.
And there were 4 travels called on 2 of the best centers in footwork I've ever seen.
It happens.
Hakeem was called for traveling once or twice, and David Robinson was called for a couple. And they have immense footwork. The 2 of them, but the refs were looking for it. You see what I'm saying, Bruce? That's the difference. We're not looking past it. We are looking for violations because breaking the rules requires whistles to be called.
Sure.
And calls to be made.
Yeah. Real quick before I play this video, Sneed, you know what's funny is that David Robinson was on the 88 Olympic team, that last team before the Dream Team, the one that I think brought home bronze from Seoul. And apparently he came home. He was one of the first dudes to bring back the Euro step. He learned it seeing those guys when he was over there. And when he brought it back, the referees had no idea what to do with it. So they called it
traveling.
Yeah, they had no idea what to do with it. And I think when Dream got called for travel, part of that was they had no idea what they were seeing in terms of what Dream was doing. But like one of the things I noticed is Dream has a way, like, sometimes on the post entry pass, if you notice, he'll jump to get it. And I didn't even know this till I was watching him train somebody else and I heard him say it. When you jump to grab it, you come down with both feet at the same time. That way you can establish whichever pivot you want.
Yes.
And I was like,
see, today it doesn't matter, but back then it mattered.
Don't do it, Steve. Yes, back then it mattered. Correct. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and let's play that video, shall we? Let's go.
LeBron, over the last 10 games, you've been shooting 19.5% from 3. Had a pretty good night shooting from beyond the arc today. What do you think went into that, and how's your comfort level there right now?
I'm comfortable in every shot I take. I can shoot 0.0% from the three-point line. I believe I'll make the next one. I've been playing ball my whole life, so not much of a numbers guy, to be honest.
You guys did make 19 three-pointers.
I remember what was LeBron 20 or 21 when I did the Father Time commercial thing. I'm in a battle with him. And I would like to say that I'm kicking his ass in the back nine.
I love this.
So skilled.
Right.
Luka traveling 3 times.
There you go.
so skilled. Very picking.
That's what you get. Ooh.
Watch this. So skilled. Watch the skill right here. Two fouls. And one. He's getting back early in transition. That is egregious.
Hey, man. So clearly, one thing we can say is that that LeBron was not the 2018 nor 2013 Bron. We know that.
No.
Because we know that Bron at his best is, in all fairness, one of the best to ever do it. We know that. But he's not that. But let's give a shout
But
out.
he's 41. How does he keep doing it, though?
I don't know. Let's give a shout out to the newest channel member, the Real Siberius. Siberius, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you so much. Man. Thank you for the support. And for all y'all who don't know about the Real Siberius, check out his channel because he goes bonkers and he spits a lot of truth over there.
That boy good.
Right. Oh man. But yeah,
that was from one game, Bruce.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that was the Celtics smoking him. Transformer wasn't very happy about that. Neither was Laker Nation, nor was Sean.
Neither was the knee pad crew.
That's right. I had a great time with that game, though.
I'm sure you did.
I rather enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? You know? I mean, hey, I think we should have had a parade in Boston the same way the Knicks had a parade, for that one.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's that serious.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. But no, in all seriousness, we had a little fun with LeBron there. But in all seriousness, back to the original topic, and I'm gonna go ahead and open up the phone lines here, man. This is
But that's symptomatic of the league, though.
Narrative. Yeah, absolutely.
That's symptomatic of the league. That's not unique to him. It's rampant across the league.
Yes. But we are seeing that it does look a little like it's going to be different with these younger cats. By the way, for anyone who doesn't know who that is in the thumbnail, whether it's here or the main thumbnail, number 44 for the Jazz is Pistol Pete Maravich. And the reason I put him there is because he is one of the most skilled dudes to ever play. Magic Johnson says that a lot of the stuff he did, he got from Pistol Pete. Imagine if Pistol Pete played today and think about how much scoring he was doing without a three-point line.
He's a wizard.
He averaged 44 a game in college.
Mm-hmm.
Once had a 69-point game in college. Dale Brown, former coach of the LSU Tigers, actually went back, watched the film, tracked all his shots, where he shot from. If there was a three when Pistol Pete played in college, he would have averaged 57 points a game. I don't make this stuff up, man.
Yeah, that's what my dad told me. My
Mhm.
dad said that he, obviously his body deceived him. He even had
Yeah.
early life organ failure. He passed
Died
away
at
young.
40, I think, playing pickup.
I mean, his body gave up, but I mean,
Yeah.
he was incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. And because it all came from drilling. He said during the summer, because his dad was a coach, his dad used to make him like practice for like 8 hours a day during the summer. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah,
Man,
nobody even talks about him as one of the
almost
all-time
useless.
most skilled players. It's crazy to me.
No. So if he played today, but anyway, Sean, what's good, man?
Man, what's up, Bruce? What's up, Steve?
Sean, what up?
Maintaining, brother.
I know you reminisce about that Boston game, man. That you know damn well that if LeBron wasn't there, we would smoke you. We would smoke you in your boots. You know what I mean? But forever.
I didn't make that video, number one. And number two, you're lying.
You was enticed by it. You was enticed by the way that they was shooting us. You know what I mean? Little break or shoot. I have this new nickname, Bricks Ahoy. Out here, not even trying to move his feet and play defense. So
I enjoyed it.
Come on, man. Okay.
I enjoyed it, but no, Sean, seriously. You got any comments about the greater points that I don't believe that this league is more skilled than the players of the past? They just do different things, and the focus is in different places.
I agree with you guys 100%. I've been saying this for years now.
Mm-hmm.
Like these players, they lack the fundamentals. They have like the skill in order for them to perform like the three or having these like dope moves, but they lack the intangibles about like, hey, I know I can score that, but what if I cannot score in that situation?
Then what do you go
instead
to?
That they live and die by the three, or trying to perform these crazy shots or these moves that they know they never even practice. They didn't even practice these type of moves. Not even like maybe like a few times. They did it out of the rear end and say, "Hey, screw it. If it works, it works. If not, it's
San Antonio."
It's been like that for years now.
Hey, Sean. I think the San Antonio Spurs shot better than 50% from three in the first half of 3 NBA Finals games this year.
And here's the thing, though.
What happened?
San Antonio should have learned that from Boston, and they should have learned that from the Warriors. Those two finals was kind of like the same way, like the way that how they lost. They live and die by that three. They live and die by that three. When the Boston Celtics was faced against the Warriors, and they be shooting more three-point attempts than the Warriors, Steph Curry said, "Hey, screw it. They want to live die by that three? Screw it. I'm gonna just go drive in that paint."
Right.
The Knicks did the same thing. They drive in that paint, and Wemby, instead of him, being 7'5" and being dominant, he was trying to be a perimeter player.
Right.
And they took advantage of that. It happened.
But threes, though.
Like, I was on Twitter. It was a clip about Kevin Garnett and how he his long mid-range shot.
How he always took a step in front of the line and not being behind the line.
And people were roasting him for that. And I was looking at him, how you roasting that? He learned his strengths.
He made all those shots. He didn't make threes. Right.
Like Kevin Garnett knows he cannot shoot a three like that. But if he can shoot those long twos, that's better than me.
If he shot 45, Sean, if he shot 45% from that long two and shot 19% from three, that's easy math. It's not even that hard. Like,
I was reading the comment section like, you guys serious? Man, Kevin Garnett should just if he's, not take a bad step, maybe he could shoot around 40% of the three. No, he won't. Because he knows that he cannot shoot a three like that. He's not confident of shooting a three. But he knows he can shoot that long mid-range. He's there to stretch the floor. The same way you guys have been promoting with these type of guys for the past several years now. That's easy math. Why not use your screens than just trying to attempt to do something that you never have done. It's like if I see Shaq shooting threes every single day, and instead of going to the post, you think that him shooting threes every single day is going to make him improve in that metric? No. It's cool to learn about how to use your strengths before anything else. And it doesn't really matter what the fans say. It doesn't matter what these fake statistics say. You should always learn about your strengths.
Right.
Who cares about if someone shoots 45 or 50% that three? That's their specialty.
Yep.
I'm not going to put Steph Curry or Larry Bird or Ray Allen or Reggie Miller and trying to put these expectations on these other players. You should always allow these players to use their strengths. And it's sad. It is sad that how people are forcing this whole three thing as an expectation when you know that's a rarity. The 3-ball line is a rarity shot. Still is. Not everyone is able to shoot around 40% of that three, especially from big guys. Carl Towns is the only guy that
shoots a high percentage for a big, yeah.
A very high percentage. And that's only one guy. One guy.
I think Embiid was like low 30s, and they said he was a good 3-point shooter for a center, and he was low 30s.
Yeah, but Carl Towns could shoot that during the playoffs while Embiid, be choking. Still, though, it's like people like basketball. I think that personally, I think players should just look for their strengths. Don't try to copy off of everyone else just because someone shoots a three. No, concentrate on just shooting long twos. That's not your specialty. Sometimes it's cool that it's not your specialty.
Right.
Not everyone is meant to be a slasher, or not everyone has to be a assist guy, or you have to be a floor general.
SGA is thriving without making the 3-ball his primary.
Right. He can shoot it, but that's not his main weapon for sure.
It's just crazy how many times I've been seeing this, especially not even just from young fans, but even some old fans as well, thinking that, hey man, you need to shoot this amount of threes because that's the best thing for you. Like, no.
Choosing arbitrary numbers of how many of these you need to take is a lack of basketball intellect, because every game has a different composition.
Right.
You have different matchups, you have different, formations, and what if they start playing a zone? What if they start trapping? It changes everything. It's dynamic. Players are moving and displacing every second. How do you go into a game saying I need to take 53s? You look and sound ridiculous. What if they take away the 3? Now what? You're just going to take deeper ones? Stupid.
So
it's a stupid basketball mindset.
Kobe said it was accidental basketball. He was right.
It is extremely accidental basketball. And now this accidental basketball is now trying to be a part. It's now this whole, what was the word? It's part of the curriculum of what basketball is now. And I just absolutely disagree with that. Not everybody is meant to do the same thing. Like,
they want to play 5 out, Sean.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm laying my plane there.
No doubt, man. Appreciate the call, Sean.
All right, Sean.
All right,
Thank
brother.
you, bro. When analytics go wrong, remember when keeping it real goes wrong in Dave Chappelle's show? Sure. When analytics goes wrong,
for sure.
I'm telling you, the wrong people are looking at these numbers and drawing the wrong conclusions.
E. Gibson says, I understand the argument, but the game has changed. Players now are more athletic and better conditioned. Players now are not better conditioned. That's why they're getting hurt all the time, and they got to load manage. They're not better conditioned because they don't practice enough. They don't build enough callus. Their bodies are not ready for the grind. Absolutely not. I got to totally disagree, E. Gibson.
They're better conditioned?
Look, man.
E. Gibson, no.
Yeah, we just watched one of the best players in the game gassing out Now, don't get me wrong, jumping from 29 to 43 minutes a game is gigantic. That's a huge gap, but still, on the whole, they're not better conditioned.
Jalen Williams played like 30 games this year.
Yeah.
Could not get back on the floor.
Right.
I mean, so important to his team's success. They lost in the Western Conference Finals because of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he was limited and didn't play.
Right.
That's how important conditioning is.
Super important. Nino, what's good, man?
What's going on, guys?
Man,
give a little back fight to it.
That's okay.
I do think that today, but see, I'm like Sneed. It's too much just to say. I'm not gonna just say they more skilled, but I will give them a defense for being more skilled at a certain position.
Okay.
The 1 through the 3. I will maybe say the 4, but I feel like the 4 is supposed to post up too. So because I come from that, so. I can't say the 4. I would say the 1 through the 3. When we talk about skill, I'm not gonna mix it in with IQ and what would we say, like being able to do a like point guard. I feel like the point guard play now is worse off because it's not skill though. It's not like scoring, passing, and it's more like an IQ reason. Like they don't practice this stuff. But I don't believe you can use the superstars. Like when everybody go to the superstars, the stars for skill, I believe they can adapt. Like Jokic, I believe Jokic will probably be better on defense holding guys that post back to the basket. Now, will he be as good on offense? Having guys that are bigger, stronger guard him, I believe he might take a dip. You see the difference? But so the big, the big is disqualified because I totally agree with y'all.
Okay.
A lot of them can't post up, and they don't even shoot as good as everybody think they shoot. In my opinion,
Right.
But if we go to the guard position and scorers, I believe it's more scorers that can get buckets on their own, which is not always, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be all over the place because I believe they are allowed to be. I must say that. I must be honest. I believe they are allowed to be. I believe, especially today, you got to be able to go 7, 8 deep. We seen it with the Pacers. And you were like, man, who is this guy?
Right.
He can get you a bucket.
Yeah.
He's allowed to get you a bucket, and they need him to get you a bucket to win.
So, Nino, my bad, guy.
Go ahead. Yeah,
No, I was going to ask you, even if I allow you that small forward, that wing position, right? Because there's some really good, when guys are, when they're healthy in this era, there's some really good small forward wing position guys, right? Kawhi Leonard's, Paul George's, of course, LeBron James, so on, right? That's a really outstanding position. Cool. But you're telling me you don't think that the point guards from back in the day, if they had the green light to be scoring guards like everybody wants point guards to score now, they couldn't? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, they could. Hell yeah, they could.
No, that's the new. That's what you're trying to get. That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna do what you're doing. I'm gonna give you the truth. Exactly what I'm saying. I believe that's exactly what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
I believe he could have got you 30.
Okay.
I know he could have. But so I don't even really like to people. Okay, we're gonna take it to the top then. Could Jordan do the same thing? He'd probably be better.
He would do more.
If we talking offense, but that don't equate to winning. All the time, always. It don't. I'm gonna say it don't always.
Okay.
I mean, so I don't not even talking to him. I'm talking the OG Anunoby, the Jason Terry, the guy, and even if you go down the bench, the guys that are actually supposed to be there playing, I'm like, those guys are allowed and they are able to get you a bucket. The 6 through 8 man, he's able to get you a bucket. We know what MJ, Kobe, Jordan, LeBron, Paul George, Kawhi, when he got his. When he got up there, we know what those guys, Joe Dumars, Reggie, we know what them
Clyde
guys
Drexler, Mitch Richmond. Yeah.
Hey, wait, here we go, Mitch Richmond. So, you know,
I don't know what it is with you and Clyde.
Hey, Nino, can we play this game real quick, bro? Since I got you on the phone.
Go ahead.
The 5 most skilled players in the NBA today, so let's call it 2026, are they more or less skilled than the 5 most skilled players in 2010?
Aren't a lot of them the same guys?
I didn't think. Well, would it be Jokic?
This is generally what people say. The general consensus, the 5 most skilled players in the NBA today: Kyrie Irving, Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant. That's who they say is the 5 most skilled players in the NBA today.
I don't think SGA probably needs to be in there. But anyway.
Okay. Then take out one of the players I named and put in SGA. Okay. Now, 2010, Kobe, LeBron, D. Wade, Steve Nash, Chris Paul. Which is more skilled? Which set?
Just skilled.
2010.
Just skilled. May call it okay. Now I got a question. This is gonna be very important because we talking our basketball language and not the youth.
Okay.
Are we adding defense? This is gonna separate. Are we adding defense?
I asked you, Nino, because you're on the phone and I'm talking to you.
Well, I'm gonna add.
We don't need stipulations. Include everything. Skill is everything.
Right. Skill is both everything. That's why Dream is.
Well, I'm going Bron and Kobe and them guys.
Okay, because you're smart. You're not gonna lie. Now, the second list I'd like to give you, let's compare that group of 2010. Let's do that with the 2000 best 5 players, most skilled players.
Okay.
Who was more skilled? The team I just named, or the guys I just named. Let's do Kobe, Allen Iverson, Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, and then whoever your 5th could be.
Ooh.
So who was the 5 from the?
It was LeBron, Kobe, D. Wade.
LeBron, D. Wade, Kobe Bryant, Steve Nash, Chris Paul.
Yeah. It's the 2000s guys now.
It keeps happening. I'm telling you, everybody's about to bury themselves in the shit because it puts the context in there. When I start naming these guys, everybody starts getting shook. Let's keep going. Let's do 1995. Let's do 95. Hakeem, Michael Jordan, Penny Hardaway, David Robinson, John Stockton. Take out 95. Whoever you want, put in whoever you see. We're gonna keep playing this game until y'all just lay down and stay down.
I'm taking Kobe and them over them.
Whoa!
I'm taking Kobe. Hold on. In 2000, hold on.
Okay.
You said Kobe. Now who was the point guard? So was you going by position?
No,
I just named 5 all-stars from the year. I don't even know who I'm picking.
He said Kobe, AI, Timmy, KG, and I can't remember who the 5th. I guess Shaq was the 5th.
I said put whoever you want. I don't even care.
2000. I'm taking 2000. I'm taking that.
95 includes. 95 includes the peak center of all time in 1995. What we saw in Hakeem. Michael Jordan was in his prime still. D-Rob was MVP, defensive player of the year, a champion. Like, okay, Stockton. I mean, the dream team was 3 years prior to this. These guys were still in their prime.
And Penny Hardaway, yeah. I'm going that 95.
Bro, this is crazy.
It's not a wash, but I'm going with the 95 group.
I'm taking 2000. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Nah,
man, that's tough.
Anyways, why are you taking the older teams, sir? You know basketball. You're objective. You like to look at both sides. And all due respect, why do you keep picking these older teams?
Well, now I'm taking. We talking first. We talking 5 people. We gotta be realistic.
Let's open it up to 10. Let's cook some more. Do you want to go there, Mr. Nino?
We can open it. We're gonna open it up.
Do you know what's going to happen if we go to 10? Do you know what's going to happen if we go to 10? 2020 is going to start looking real shaky. The back 5 of a top 10.
That's true.
This is my point. This is my point.
But it's not the skill. It's not going to be the skill debate. I just broke it down. You can't. The top teams don't most likely be pretty good. Now, the advantage you have against, I would say now, is in their prime, right? So we talking Jokic, Luka, but we would say those guys' defense, while they're in their prime defense, wouldn't be as high as the other guys. That'll be the only reason. But
so we don't need to make up rules. We could just do this objectively, right? We don't have to make rules.
Right. We don't gotta make rules. But you gotta give the defense. You gotta give the defense credit to the guys that actually.
Which is why this gets really easy when we look back at 2005 and 2000 and 95. It gets real easy. I'm not going to lose sleep picking 95 and 2000 over these other guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to feel good about my decision.
Yeah, I am too. But when you say, okay, when you put it that part, you don't go to a Dwight versus a Shaq, right? We never got to see that matchup. We never got to see a Dream versus the Lakers Shaq with all that weight. Now, I seen what Dream did to Orlando Shaq, I must say.
Orlando Shaq, which was his peak physical form, right?
No, but see, that's not his advantage. We got to be honest. That Orlando Shaq, as good as he was, he was not as good as that LA Shaq with that weight on him.
No. The difference was he had Kobe. No. Orlando Shaq was a better basketball player. He was more physically capable of impacting a game with Kobe. But as a standalone player, peak Shaq physical was Orlando Shaq. He was jumping out the gym. He was running the floor.
Running the floor like a gazelle at that size.
How could y'all make this argument and y'all
No, you brought in Shaq. I'm just saying that if we're gonna nitpick Shaq, different forms of Shaq, which I'm not doing, you brought that up. I'm not picking different types of Shaq. I'm saying players that are skilled. Shaq's skill is not really worth evaluating. He had 3 things that he did, and he was really impactful at them. There was no diversity in skill.
Hold on. So this is what I'm getting at. You mean now we're talking physical sports? You mean to tell me that the extra weight and being able to do what he doing with that extra weight?
What did he do in 98? What did he do in 98?
He was pretty good in 98.
What did he do in 98?
Got swept by the Jazz.
Did they lost to the Jazz?
What they do in 97?
96.
Got beat by the Jazz also, I think.
I'm trying to figure out why Shaq was regressing.
And got beat by, and in 99.
He went to the finals in 94. No, 95. Yeah, 95 against Hakeem. Mm-hmm. And then we didn't see him in the finals until 99.
That's not
who emerged.
Do those, you can't do that. I know you know better than me.
No. What I'm saying is that the supporting cast matters to a player who lacks the skill. It matters more. Somebody else needs to do certain things for him.
No, it matters to everything. He's a big.
No. Shaq needed a Kobe a lot because as soon as he got him, he started winning, and that's what it was. I'm not downgrading Shaq.
It's Kobe.
Yes, it is. Kobe.
That's a crazy point. That's crazy point. Anybody could have used the Kobe.
Brother, I didn't bring up Shaq. You did.
Well, but you taking it to winning.
My point about Shaq, my point about Shaq is why didn't he win more early was because he didn't have the person who had the skills. He didn't have them. He needed somebody else to have them.
Shaq didn't have the skills.
He had 3 things that he did. He didn't have the diversity of skills. His free throw shooting was poor, and that's where he spent most of his time. He was fouled out of games. Kobe carried sometimes.
Kobe did carry sometimes. That's a team thing.
Let me wrap this up for you, Nino, and then we gotta let you go, man. Plain and simple. And this is the Shaq and Kobe thing, not really the discussion here, but the Shaq and Kobe thing is very simple. If Kobe doesn't do what he did in the playoffs in those 3 runs, the Lakers don't even get out of the West.
And Shaq didn't get out of the West before Kobe.
He was dominant in the finals, no question. But Kobe, not Shaq.
Bruce, tell the truth.
The Lakers.
Why didn't he get out of the Western Conference Finals? What was he missing? The skills.
Kobe being Kobe.
The skills that Kobe possessed that he didn't.
Right.
Why did Shaq lose to Hakeem? Because he didn't have it.
Yeah.
What about
did
for him to beat shot? I mean, it's a team thing. We don't know why we do this with players in here. I'm talking about individual.
That's not the
skills.
point, Nino.
All right, Nino,
Individual talent.
Nino, we're gonna
I'm
let
done.
you go, man. I appreciate the call,
Thank
brother.
God.
Thanks so much, man.
My brother Nino, man, killing me today.
All right, we're gonna take one more call. If you want to call, go ahead, call in now. And if not, we will go ahead and wrap it up. But the point here is,
so Hakeem wins a championship with Kenny the Jet Smith.
Yes. And let's give a shout out to Bruce. Here we go. As soon as I said it, he called. Because watch, he's going to bring up Sam Cassell. I'm telling you, watch.
Sam Cassell was a great player. All due respect.
Yes. What's up, Bruce?
First of all, Happy New Year's to y'all. I mean, Happy Father's Day to y'all, brothers.
Oh, I was like, huh? Wait, when is Father's Day? When is Father's Day?
Hey, Bruce, hey. How y'all feeling today, man?
Hold on. When is Father's Day?
It's Father's Day this weekend?
Is this neat?
Tomorrow, I think.
I had no idea. See, that's, and I'm not even going to get into that. That's a whole different thing. Okay, I didn't know. All right. Well, thank you, man.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I caught the into what y'all was talking about. So y'all basically talking about the narrative about skills from back in the day to now, basically, and how today's skills are overrated, basically.
We're saying
no, the narratives about it is overrated. Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna say it is a false narrative that today's players are more skilled.
It really is. It truly is. I think the game not even a little bit faster. It's just time. The time, like you say, evolution. But
they're just recording the games in 480p, bro. 1080p.
This modern day is more skilled than back in the day is absolute blasphemy. They curry every goddamn. Jalen Brunson was currying the whole goddamn game, man.
Go back and watch this video when you get a chance. You'll see. But you're right.
Tatum curry the whole damn. They all carry the ball, brother.
Yep.
It's sickening. Rod, you talking about skill? Rod Strickland? Kevin Johnson?
Yeah.
He's got Tim Hardaway?
Yeah.
These are the gods of basketball in the glory days. Okay, I'll say modern day. Could we even say modern day is even more athletic than back in the day?
I don't even know if I can definitively go that far.
Hey, be more. Remember the dunk contest back in the day, bruh?
Dominic Wilkins, 8-game dunk days. You crazy?
Mm-hmm.
On Kemp, the Rain Man.
Mm-hmm.
Cook, bro.
People don't even think about Larry Nance Sr. Crazy.
Larry Jans. Hey, even I go back to the 2005, 2004.
Sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey, be more. Let's play a game, man. You ready?
Yeah, what's going on?
Top 5 most skilled players in the NBA today. All right. Are they more skilled or less skilled than the top 5 most skilled players in 2010?
They less skilled than no. Come on, man. The 90s, stop it. That's what all of the gods of basketball.
No, I said 2010.
No. Mm-mm.
Okay, let's do this.
Top 5 can't nobody sit with.
Name them for him, Sneak.
Which ones? The 2010?
No, name today and then the 2010s.
All right, 2010 most skilled players according to the general consensus of the modern NBA fan. The top 5 most skilled players are Kyrie Irving, Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant.
Luka carries the ball. I don't even want to. I don't know.
And then in 2010, your options would be things like Kobe Bean Bryant, LeBron, Raymond James, Dwayne Wade, Steve Nash, Chris Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the 90s. We don't need to go. We don't even.
All right, let's go to 2000. Kobe Bean Bryant, Allen Iverson, Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan. Insert whoever the hell else you want at the 5th position.
Stop it, Steve. I know you're not. Oh, you just running down the list.
Yeah.
Well, because I think what people are forgetting, what they forget to do is everybody wants to take these new players and say that they're more skilled. And then when I start naming the top 5 and top 10 of these eras, then all of a sudden their whole thing just falls apart.
Right.
Man, I really went back and did my studying on Patrick Ewing the other day. Man, he was Patrick Ewing in his prime.
There was only one guy better than him.
I was a big Bulls fan, and I hated the Knicks.
There was only one guy better than Pat Ewing.
I went back and watched
Hit the button, Bruce.
Hakeem, your dream.
Stop this.
Yeah.
Man, carry the ball after this is sickening. Yeah, okay, I will say this though. Okay. For the play call, the refs and how they called the game and all that. Okay. I'll say regular season. Well, put it like this, the playoffs, they call it how quote unquote supposed to be called, right?
Mm-hmm.
People complaining about the calls and the hard fouls. They talk about what the 90s back, but which one is it? So the playoffs, I think the refs really called the game like it's supposed to be called.
Bruce, Duncan and Dream is close, bro. Come on, man.
It is. It is.
Follow the whistle in the playoffs. I like that. As far as all this, stop this. This is modern day. They carry the ball, travel. They travel more than ever. It's sickening. It was like guys don't know how to take 2 steps and jump no more.
Drinking the juice.
You got to take that extra quick step real quick. Everybody do it. It's like LeBron. I don't know how many times I've seen LeBron travel on a break. Everybody traveling, carrying the ball. So that's bull crap, man. Back in the day, it was called like it was supposed to be called, and guys actually had true skill, not carrying and cuffing the ball to cross over. All right, boy. All right, thanks for letting me call in, bro.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
It'd be like this. It'd be like this. It'd be like this.
Right.
Yo, Eddie, you can call, homie. It is what it is.
Here we go.
See, the whole thing falls apart, Bruce, when you start naming guys.
That was really good how you did that, Sneed. I like that. Although I think it's also interesting how, according to Ed Dog, anyone who agrees is drinking the juice. Or
drinking the juice.
Cap-a-lot Kool-Aid.
Bro, there
when
are.
You ask him, he
Bruce,
can't define why.
The only thing that is unfortunate is that we didn't get to see the modern guys play under the same conditions what we would have seen.
Right.
Maybe they would have been like or better. We don't know, and we'll never know because the rules are just allowing and permitting basically whatever.
Yup.
Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, bro, where's the footage?
He would be, man, listen, he would kill today.
Yeah, it would be a lot of fun to watch that, bro.
Oh, for sure. Thank you for calling the Format Podcast. How can I help you?
Yeah. Whatever. Baltimore Bruce. Brother, I am so disappointed in you, bro. You are been hypnotized. Sneak, you are hypnotized by Bruce Cap-a-lot Hope.
By the way, Eddie, happy Father's Day tomorrow in case you celebrated it.
Yeah, most definitely. I appreciate that. You too, Bruce. All jokes aside, man. Happy Father's Day to you too.
Thank you, man. I didn't even know it was Father's Day tomorrow, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hey,
everybody knows when Mother's Day is, though. But anyway,
yeah. Here we go. You open up that Patreon, bro.
Yeah. I just got told that a couple days ago. I'm like, dang, I sure forgot it's coming up. But hey, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just got done helping my friend move and everything like that. I'm catching up to the show. I ain't gonna have a chance to run through playback, which I will watch later on when I get everything settled. So, Sneed, Bruce, would y'all catch me on? Like, what's going on? Because I'm seeing something. I saw the headline. I'm like, here we go.
We think collectively, I agree with Bruce on this. We think people are conflating and confusing 3-point prowess with skill. And we think that players getting a different set of environmental conditions has allowed them to get away with more potential violations, traveling, double dribbling, carries, dislodging, foul baiting. It's just it's different conditions. We're of the belief that players of today should not be evaluated under the same guidelines as players of before. The rules were different and they were actually enforced. So we believe that those conditions were harder, making those players have to be more skilled.
So, in other words, we should go back to the ball just dribbling up and down.
No, we don't have to do anything. What we believe is that we cannot compare players that are playing under different conditions than they were before. They are not to be compared.
Oh, okay. I thought that's what I would like to see. Just dribbling the ball up and down, just running around in
Oh
circles.
no, we showed the footage. Isaiah Thomas was cooking without traveling and double dribbling.
Oh, yeah. Well, speaking of Isaiah Thomas, we do remember him just punching people in the face. And then we also
Yeah, but what does that have to do with his skill, though?
Well, then I saw that, the fake fouls and all that kind of nonsense. You know what I'm saying? I saw the headline of that. I mean, like, is that what y'all wanted to go back to?
No, we're just speaking to the skill. Like, he was one of the most skilled players to ever play the game. There is not an NBA player today who has the skills that he had.
Well, what you think about Kyrie then?
I mean, Kyrie's in that likeness, yes, but he's still not what Isaiah Thomas did. And I love Kyrie. Kyrie's probably like my third favorite player all time.
Okay, because I do like his, because then plus Ron Strickland, his godfather. I like his,
Let's do this, Eddie. Let's do this, Eddie. You ready?
Let's go.
All right. The 2026 top 5 most skilled players, right? Today's top skilled players, the 5 best.
Describe skill. What do you think about skill? Describe
it. It's your description. Your interpretation of the most skilled players, the 5 most skilled players today versus the 5 most skilled players in 2010. Who's more skilled?
Well, okay, so I see as a skill, like as it handles, speed.
Eddie, you're good. You don't have to justify what you're calculating. I'm just saying 5 most skilled players in 2010 and then 5 most skilled players in 26. Who's more skilled?
Well, as far as when it comes to handles, man, only person I can see really honestly is Kyrie Irving. It's another one on the top of my dome, pause. But I'm driving right now. I was just calling in and everything.
No. Eddie, hold on. You're reaching for players. I don't care who you pick as your 5 players. I'm comparing 2026, the 5 most skilled players versus 2010, the 5 most skilled players. Can I name some for you, and then it'll make your decision easier?
Go ahead, name
Okay, 2026, 5 most skilled players consensus is Kyrie Irving, Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant. And in 2010, the 5 most skilled players consensus, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, D. Wade, Steve Nash, Chris Paul. Who's the most skilled out of those 2 groups?
I don't see how, and then plus I am a truth teller. I don't see how, Nikola Jokic is in there. I don't see how. As far
he's not a top 5 skilled player in the NBA today.
Define the skill with you know how to assist the ball.
The only thing he doesn't really provide is defensive effort. That's it. Everything else is elite.
Hey, steals is part of defense.
So take him out and put whoever you want in 20. My point is, who are you taking? Your top 5 in 2026 or your top 5 in 2010? Who's more skilled?
So the 2010, you said Kobe, LeBron, Chris Paul,
D. Wade, Steve Nash.
Oh, I'm taking them. I will take them. Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going, as you say. 2000 versus 2010. So the guys I named for 2010, for 2000, we got Bean, Kobe Bean Bryant, Allen Iverson, Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, and insert whoever you want as the fifth person. You're not going to like where this is going, sir.
I sure don't like where this is going. I really don't like.
I'm going to keep going though, because I'm going to make sure that this shit gets buried today.
I don't like it.
In 1995, the top 5 most skilled players were Hakeem Olajuwon, Michael Jordan, Penny Hardaway, David Robinson, John Stockton.
Well, most definitely, you better throw Penny up in there.
I did throw Penny in there.
Yeah, that's right. You better throw Penny in there.
You have to throw Penny because Penny's from Memphis.
Okay, so 1995, the guys I just named, who are dream teamers, the best team ever assembled, or the 2000s, the 2000 guys, Kobe, Allen Iverson, Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, Vince Carter.
Hey, man.
You're going to do it to yourself. I know what's going to happen. It's going to rock your world, bro. I'm sorry, but it's true. It's getting worse. Because you won't lie, because you know what you see.
Yes, I know what I see. But I will tell you this, though. I will not drink that Capillar Kool-Aid, Bruce Hope. You will not get me to drink that Kool-Aid, sir. I will not do it.
And Steve, to answer, Steve,
you
King of the Chat.
Get you to tell the truth? Okay, that's cool.
Steve, King of the Chat, if we open it up to top 10, it gets worse. I promise you it gets worse. The number 6 in 2026 won't be up to the number 10 in 1995. Remember that song, Dig a Hole, bro?
Yeah.
No.
Dig a hole. Bury yourself. These guys out here getting cooked if they don't tell the truth. See, I don't have to worry about you, Eddie. You weren't willing to lie. You told the truth. So
But
you
it
get to
hurt.
stand
You
on
see
business.
how much it hurt him?
Hey, it is what
Bruce,
it is.
Can you please be quiet and let Sneed finish?
Sure.
Okay?
Sure.
I'm proud of Eddie for telling the truth and not lying, because a lot of people would have come up here and lied, bro. Eddie didn't lie.
Mm-hmm.
Sneed, I can understand, why, you know what I'm saying, you are calm, cool, collective, unlike your co-host.
You didn't do nothing today, bro.
No, you do. No.
Here we go.
I'm telling you do not understand. You really
I'm
do
here
not.
all the time. I've seen some rough interactions. He's been nice today, bro.
Yeah, right now, you know what? I'm saying what I won't say to his Patreon. I ain't going to say it, but anyway, man, I got to rewind and watch the show. I just saw the title of it. I was like, what is going on?
And he's going to watch the show, and y'all not going to hear it, but he's going to blow me up with his texts, complaining and whining. And then I'm going to tell him if he wants to do it, he can come and debate on the Format Podcast live in front of the whole world, and he's going to run from the smoke. But
okay, you know what? Since you're doing that, Sneed, not to jump, just a quick side note real quick. Sneed, I got a question for you, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What do you find when a guy that's over 50 years old still acting like he is 15, 16 years old, sagging his pants?
Wait, what happened?
What do you call it when a guy that's 60 plus years old still acting like he's a teenager, sagging his pants? What do you call that, sir?
That's really sad, bro.
That's what I wanted. That's why I said too.
What happened? Who is this?
Bruce, you want to tell him who it is?
Somebody stuck in the past, Bruce?
you know what I know? You know what I want to? What I know, Sneed? I know it's amazing that the most can I be down grown man is always trying to be on some young kid stuff got something to say. That's what I think is amazing.
Well. Apparently, Sneed, he's trying to protect the East Coast because apparently
I don't have to protect anybody.
Well, then why won't you tell him who are we talking about then, bro?
Look, this is your thing, man. Say what you got to say. This is your thing. I really don't care.
So, Sneed, Rakim is still acting like he's a teenager.
Rakim's stuck in the past, bro.
Man, he needs to let it go. He need to wear suits or something.
He's still the God MC, bro. Chill out, bro.
Did you just say Rakim needs to wear suits? Did you say that, Head Dog? Did you just say Rakim needs to wear suits? Yes or no?
I mean,
did you just
his age?
Sneak? Did you just hear Ed Dog say Rakim needs to wear suits?
I think that's what he said.
Okay, very good.
At his age, I just said at his age.
Right.
That's what I said.
This from the same guy that said NBA coaches shouldn't wear suits, and he finds no problem with a grown man that doesn't own a suit. This is the same guy.
I find it crazy that a man that's 60 years old still rocking around.
Hey, Eddie, real quick, bro. Eddie, real quick. God willing, we get the blessing, the chance, the opportunity to get old, right? You gonna wear a suit at 60?
That's right.
He's not gonna wear a suit.
I will wear a suit. What are you talking about?
You don't wear suits now. You know, I'm not even going to do it.
You know what? The last time you want to know something?
Ed Dog, thank you for the call. I appreciate you, brother. I'm going, because it's almost 2 hours. We're going to get up out of here, man. This was not supposed to be a 2 hour show.
Man. Y'all have
right, Eddie.
All right, man. Happy Father's Day, man.
Same
Happy
to you,
Father's
man.
Day.
Same to you.
All right, brothers. All right.
All right, we're going to leave it right there. But first, I got to shout out to Nino with the 1999 super chat. We have to address the ability to play zone. That is a big advantage to the 2000s.
Okay, let's say you do that. Let's reevaluate. Who are you going to downgrade? And how are you going to downgrade them? I'm not willing to downgrade them because I don't think there's enough there that zones made that big of a deal because there were still elite scoring. You see what I'm saying, Bruce? Like, dudes were still averaging 30.
Yeah.
Because they had the requisite skill, right?
Yeah, I don't really get the whole thing of zone, but okay.
Well, what the zone does, Bruce, is if you don't have elite shooting or elite passing,
I was about to
zone
say,
works.
yeah, you can beat a zone.
Passing or shooting over it.
Yeah.
No
doubt. All right. Well, we're going to leave it right there. Thanks
Shout
so
out
much
to
for
Nino.
tuning in, y'all. Absolutely. Shout out, Nino. Appreciate you so much. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. If you're watching this live, make sure you hit the like and subscribe before you get out of here. If you're watching on the replay, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Make sure you share this. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We are trying desperately. We can't do it without you. Share.
Yeah.
We appreciate you, and thank you to the newest channel member, The Real Siberius. I appreciate all y'all. For all of you who are fathers, man, know that even though I didn't know when it is, you are appreciated by me. Probably not by most of the world, but you're appreciated by me. I know
appreciated by the bros. Absolutely.
Yep. So thank you so much. Keep doing the good work, fighting the good fight, man. Fathers are more important than anyone wants to acknowledge, even though the statistics acknowledge it, but that's a whole different thing. Anyway.
Just saying.
Right.
Analytics, just saying.
And we out. Peace.